Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it.
The JAMODI podcast is powered by Sideline Interactive. Sideline Interactive is the leading manufacturer for high-quality, innovative scoring tables and LED video display boards that help coaches and schools bring more excitement to fans, create huge fundraising opportunities, and make their jobs easier. Visit sidelineinteractive.com to check out their amazing products.
I love those three words. And I even thought too, just from a basketball standpoint, like you're talking more on the leadership side, like what we're pouring into them that'll help them grow. But let's just talk basketball. I think players want to be fed. I think they want to be taught things. I think they want to show up to the gym thinking, what are we going to do today? Like how's my game going to get just a little bit better? I think they want to be in a program where they feel like, Coach, what do you think about this? Isn't going to be just thrown back in their face, or, hey, listen, I'm here, you're here. Do you see it? Do you see the difference? Like, I think they want to have the ability to say, Coach, what do you think about going man? Like AJ did to me last year in our third or fourth game of the year. We hadn't worked on man at all because I'm a pressure 3-2 coach. That's all we do here at Grapevine Faith, and it's been really good for us. But he says, what do you think about man? And we go to that, and it triggers something in our team, a competitive spirit that I didn't even know was there, and we become a man team the rest of the year because of one dude's comment at a halftime of a meaningless game. I think they want to be heard like that, and then modeled again the same way. If whatever we're telling them on the floor, are we doing that? I just thought about the great movie Old School with Will Ferrell back in the day, where he is in the locker room in his tighty whities, and the other character, Luke Wilson, is trying to, hey guys, we're okay. We're right there. Just keep our cool. And then Will Ferrell comes in and starts screaming, keep our composure, slamming a chair against. But it's the coach that yells, calm down but dude, you're not calm. Like, show me calm, model calm. Guys, your players, don't mess with officials. They don't help you. But we're just chasing officials down. I think we can take that fed, heard, and model, and I mean, something on your whiteboard, something on the side of your practice plan that we need to be thinking about every day.
Yeah, number one, you got it. Anytime you reference Old School, you're in great company with me. Bring your green hat.
Hey, come on. So good.
That probably aren't appropriate, but that's a phenomenal movie. That's a top.
I was quoting Semi-Pro the other day. I was quoting Semi-Pro in here. So yeah, we have all this great Christian talk, and then I'm referencing what, in my opinion, is one of the. We'll get to the speed round in a little bit, and people rarely talk about the best basketball movie of all time, which in my opinion is Semi-Pro. But anyway.
Good job, man. No, you're absolutely right with the. I can't get the Will Ferrell image of him running next to the minivan out of my head. Lock in, boom, reset.
Let's go.
Fed, heard, and modeled absolutely goes on the court, and we talk about that in our staff. It would be, man, if you're not teaching. I used to think culture was everything, and recruit at our level. Obviously, you can recruit. Now, we're not a high major team, and when I took the job, we were the worst Division II in the country, and now we've kind of got to the middle of the pack, and I believe this year is going to be something special. But my point is, I really understood as I got older that I wasn't teaching well, right? Our language that we used was not coming across quickly and clearly enough. And so we have, everybody's talked about clarity is king. Like we really talk about that. They want to be fed. But I think the herd is so important when you have really good players, right? You have to listen to them, because the reality is everybody on my team is better than I was. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. We still get out there and we play threes with them. That's our deal too, is we're in the fight. If they're lifting, we're lifting. If they're running, we're running. You know what I'm saying? I'm slower and I'm weaker than everybody, but our sweat equity is high in this program. And I think that adds value, and it adds a level of, man, coaches in the fight with me. But at the end of the day, like, these are really good players. We have guys that go on to play professionally. We have guys that are, all conference players, like just guys that see the game differently. And if you're not willing to take their input, man, I think you got some ego there, or you're a fool, and either one is not good. So we tell our guys that all the time. If you got an idea, like bring it to the table. And then the model thing, I love the poise example. How many times you go to, there are some fantastic AAU coaches, all right, and great programs. But AAU is one of the funnest things to go to as a coach, because you're watching and dudes got all sorts of stuff going on and they're screaming and yelling. Man, that's some serious coaching. This dude smoked a layup in front of 26 college coaches, and you're yelling at him that he's got to make the layup. Like, hey, thanks. Oh, my 96-year-old grandmother can say that.
He tried to miss. Yes. He was trying to miss.
Tell them something they don't know. That's
right.
In the moment, right? And so keeping your poise, and also let's keep it a buck. I know you can shoot that thing. So when you go out there and you show a guy how to come off a pin down and you bury those feet and you stick it, that's some modeling too, man. Let's keep it a buck there.
Let me tell you this: the way that I've been able to keep a little bit of the mystery alive for the last few years is I don't do anything. I walk anytime. Like, so I have some fun with skill work, and I love Micah Lancaster. Anything with I'm Possible, I'm pretty much in. I don't do the cone with the light thing on top. I haven't got into that yet, but some creativity, like just something to get their mind going and outside the box, and to where they think like, happy to be here. This is the place to be. Make the big time where you are. All of those themes we try to do in our little gym. But anytime I realize that if it's not a drill I haven't done since I was 9, I'm not very good at those. So like all the Pistol Pete stuff, I can still show those, and I can give you 5 to 10 good seconds, but then I burn out. But anything
new, a railroad and just show them.
Yeah, that's right. Ride my bike. But anytime that I'm showing something new, coach, the ball is my fist, and I can model, like I can get in a drop, and I can make it look pretty good as long as this is the ball. If I put a real ball in my hand, it's a hamstring. I pull my calves a lot. Like, I just can't do that. I can't do that in front of them. I've been able to, for those coaches that feel like I'm not lifting with my players and I'm not running with them, and I definitely don't want to lose my credit, because I think the worst thing you can do as a coach is demonstrate something and it look bad.
Yeah, if you suck at it, you lost it.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm trying to keep that away, trying to keep it away.
That's fair. That's where I have a younger assistant who's 25, and he's like in the prime of his career. He's going to be a great coach. I have 2 fantastic. Kendall Aldridge and Xavier Allison are unbelievable coaches. Both going to be high-level head coaches, but I let him do like the big-time athletic stuff, and Kendall can still move and get in his stance. He's nasty with his hands too. I'm like, all right, anything defensive related, these hips, don't lie. We ain't moving.
I asked my guys today. We were working on some type of spin out to the corner with a rip baseline and either into a finish or another spin out. And it's me, and I have an assistant coach that is there part-time during our second period, and he's there most days, but he's younger and he's doing a great job. But I feel like it's me and him and 30 kids. And so I'll bring him in close and I'll teach him a concept, and then I'll send him out to all 6 baskets wide, kind of a PGC type feel. And I just glanced across and I saw one of my seniors catch, turn, and throw it. And it was so slow. It's so like not dynamic at all. And I just stopped the gym and I said, guys, here's a great barometer for whether in your training, if Coach Saman could guard you, like if I could stop you, are you going fast enough? Like, what's the next level down from me? It's breathing, like barely. And so, yeah, anyway, trying not to embarrass myself, trying to keep credibility. You let your younger assistants do things, but you could go even farther down that road of not allowing it to be your voice all the time, and having gyms split and players doing things in different areas and giving coaches different roles to take. I think that's a good way to do it.
Absolutely. And it shows your humility, right? Like, humility is actually not a weakness. I think it's such a strength. And we know it as coaches, but I don't think in society it's praised as much. I just finished the book Good to Great again. And that's what they talk about in level 5 leaders is this combination of humility and will. Just a ridiculous combination of it's not about me, and yet we're going to go where we need to go. And I think in coaching, let's be honest, there's a lot of ego involved. There's some great coaches that are far better than I will ever be. But because they know so much and because their mind can think at a different level, man, it's their show. In our program, I don't coach with a whistle. I know it sounds crazy, but we have 2 different drills we do when I bust out a whistle, but everything else is my voice. Because in a game, I can't blow a whistle, and I'm not one of those sweet coaches, Coach McConnell, Dobson High School. I used to grow up going there, and even Hogs, my high school coach, had whistles and stuff. And then, it sounds so cool. I got none of that. I'm as average as it gets. All right. And so if I need to get there,
That's all I got.
Level on that. My 8-year-old can whistle louder than me. I just think that if you're letting your coaches have a voice on either end, or you're splitting, and even your seniors and your vets being able to let them lead, whether it's a workout or a drill or even a defensive rotation, when they see it, man, peer influence is so much better. And I learned that, Coach Soliday and I, when I was an assistant, went up to Oregon to meet with Dana Altman and his staff when they were running the spread offense and different things. And we had a day where we went to football practice and we got to see Chip Kelly. And this was like peak Chip Kelly, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Like Marcus Mariota and high level stuff. And you walk into a practice in their Autzen Stadium, and the only thing you hear is hip hop music all over the speakers. This is mid practice. And he's just in the middle, like nodding, like bouncing with a little rhythm. You know what I'm saying? And his assistants are running stuff, but you can barely hear them. And I straight up asked at the end, I was like, what's the deal? Like, that's not in my mind. I'd never seen that before. Like, there was no authority there and all that. His voice wasn't like ridiculously present. And his idea behind it was they have a lot of fun. They work hard when the music's going. We communicate louder because you have to, which simulates a game. And my assistants understand the value of learning their own voice and what they bring to a program. I'm secure enough in who I am that I know if I have good people around me and the volume's up, that work is getting done. And I was blown away. And I've taken that with me to my entire coaching career. If Chip Kelly can do it, then a guy named Boomer with a dog name, he could probably do that.
Love that example. And I do think part of the art of coaching is over the years trying to get better and better with creating an environment that players want to be a part of. I love the idea of fun. Like if somebody kind of alludes to or that we're a serious program, like we're not about, what is it? Remember the Titans. I completely disagree with Denzel's entire philosophy of football, zero fun. Like, why?
Zero fun,
sir. Is football fun? Like, why not? In a high school level, I even think there's a bigger reason, because most of these kids, faith, basketball is 3rd or 4th on their list. So if they choose to be here, like, let's make it fun. But I also feel like that, and Chip was added too, is what is the way that we can get the most? Like, if we can squeeze every bit of urgency, every bit of, and I mean, there's a couple ways. You could have a big stick. Like, you could fear them into, you better move fast, you better do this, or else you're going to get on the line and then you're really going to feel pain. All right. Like, that's one way to do it, but are we going to really get at their hearts that way? What is it, the get to, have to? Like, they're going to have to do a lot in that type of environment. I want them to get to. Man, we get to do this. We get to play FIBA 3-on-3 tomorrow while we're working on our concepts. We're going to have Christian rap going the entire time. For those coaches that are terrified to play any type of music and stuff, that Christian rap sounds good. You don't have to worry about the lyrics. I never knew it existed before Grapevine Faith. We have a playlist every year. What is it? GFaith_hoops, Spotify. You can follow it. Every year there's a different playlist, but Coach, any moment that I can on my watch, hit play where I'm done and I just get to go around and have positive touches. Positive touch, name, maybe a quick nugget. I think that's just a fun way to train and make them want to come back again the next day.
Absolutely right. I couldn't agree more. And it leads to winning, because it's at every level. It's a long season, right? We all want longer because we want, Major League Baseball where you're playing every day. But the reality of it is, like, the teams that win in March or February are the teams that still want to be in the gym getting better. And I just think, like, some of my Division I friends, like, they can't stand their team already, and it's September, and they've been with each other since June, and they're already thinking about, all right, who do we got to replace, and recruiting and all this kind of stuff, and they haven't even played a game yet. And if the coaches feel like that, I bet you the players feel like that. Like, they're already over it. And at the Division II level, we can't do anything during the summer, which I wish we could have at least a week, but
Yeah.
My point is, like, we get rolling end of August after pretty much a 4-month break, and we're chomping at the bit. Everybody is. But then you get to February, and we've all seen teams that like don't want to be in the gym. They don't want to get extra work in. They're ready to go right when practice is gone, and those teams lose. And I don't know about you, but I want to build faithful husbands and loving fathers. I want to have eternal impact, and I want to beat everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've tasted that. That is fun. That doesn't define you, but man, it's fun, right? And so if you want that, your team better love the gym, and they better want to be coached by you. And the only way to do that is to take a back seat and really have them know, man, I can trust Coach Boom or Coach Matt because he really is about me. And he shows me that through the things he does in practice and music and stepping back and touches and encouragement. Like, man, nothing does better than that.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.